A billionaire trapped under house arrest never tips the drivers delivering his food. He never gives them 5-star ratings either, so one driver dumps his order outside. He reaches for it, but his ankle monitor keeps him inside. He can't leave the villa after being convicted in an insider trading case. He got 14 months and has served 6, but the villa has everything. Then the news warns a massive snowstorm is about to hit. Most mountain roads are closed, and his ankle monitor is still glowing green. Right then, police call and say the storm knocked out their monitoring system. It will reconnect after 7 a.m., and they order him inside until tomorrow's inspection. He agrees, secretly thrilled, then enters the garage and flips on the lights. A sleek Lamborghini waits there, and seconds later he is racing down the mountain. Smirking, he spots an elk and swerves just in time. As he looks back in relief, someone appears ahead, and he hits them. He gets out, kicks the man, gets no response, then sees headlights approaching. He opens the trunk, drags the man inside, and waits for the car to pass. Then he calls his old friend Jim and says he is coming over. Jim owns a motel, and the billionaire soon pulls in. After a quick greeting, he tells Jim exactly what happened. He asks Jim to dispose of the body, and Jim reluctantly agrees. They carry the body over, then drop it into the root hollow. Back inside, he says he is leaving, but Jim seems upset and stays silent. He stays and follows Jim inside, but Jim still says nothing. So he explains he is under house arrest. He'd called Jim because they'd done something terrible together, 10 years earlier. They lost touch, leaving Jim guilt-ridden while the rich man lived it up. That is why Jim still resented him. As he turned to leave, someone pounded on the door. Jim grabbed a handgun from the drawer. The blizzard had closed every road. At this hour, trouble was likely outside. They found a man collapsed. He was the man dumped in the tree. The noise startled them. Just as Jim was about to shoot him, a car suddenly approached, so the rich man snatched Jim's gun and hid it. Months earlier, Charlie was lost in the mountains checking her map. She swore she'd leave this dump when a man flirted with her. Charlie fell for the view. He serenaded her daily, and they fished together by the lake. Months later, he'd conned Charlie out of everything, leaving her without gas money. She cleaned windshields for tips, hoping to fill her tank. The store owner objected and threatened to call the cops unless she left within 20 minutes. As Charlie turned to leave, she slipped and fell. Then a woman came outside. She helped Charlie up. Morty soon learned Charlie couldn't afford gas. Morty offered a full tank in exchange for a ride, and Charlie agreed. At the register, Charlie spotted a missing person poster for a girl named Chloe Jones. Curious, Charlie asked the owner, who said she'd been missing for 10 years. An elk appeared in the road. Charlie swerved, sending the car into a ditch. Morty walked back to the gas station for help while Charlie stayed. Soon darkness fell. Snow nearly buried the car. When Morty didn't return, Charlie went looking for her. Reaching the road, she saw a speeding car with an elk directly ahead. Charlie kept waving, signaling the driver to stop. When Charlie woke again, she was lying inside that hollow tree. She crawled toward the motel and kept pounding on the door with a stick. It was Morty, racing back to help. Charlie woke again in a room and asked where she was, Jim said. A motel. Charlie only remembered a car hitting her. She blacked out and woke beneath a tree. Morty entered. The rich man left them talking, then took Jim into another room. Relieved Charlie didn't recognize them. Jim wanted cops involved, but the rich man refused. Police couldn't learn he'd escaped, so they'd keep them overnight and send them away tomorrow. Charlie tried standing and discovered her leg was broken. Morty moved to make a splint. Morty picked it up and froze. It wasn't wood, but human bone. Jim called it an animal bone, but Charlie spotted a metal pin. A surgical pin proved it was human. Charlie suspected the missing gas station girl. The remains could be Chloe Jones. Morty suddenly remembered her case. Finding her meant a $75,000 reward. Morty lit up while the rich man and Jim panicked. The rich man called Jim outside, but Charlie spotted the ankle monitor before they left. Now Charlie suspected those two were the ones who hit her. Then they dumped her with another body in a hollow tree no one would find. They tried police, but the phone was dead. Charlie said they had to leave. Morty couldn't carry the injured Charlie, so she went to the car for gauze and painkillers. Meanwhile, the rich man suggested killing them both, but Morty wasn't getting medicine. She returned to the hollow tree and photographed the scene. Behind Morty, the rich man went for his gun and found it missing. Morty spun around and aimed the gun at him. She'd photographed the rich man's sneaker prints. Now the man asked her price. That played into Morty's hands. The rich man showed her the sports car. He called it a limited edition Lamborghini Urus, then tossed Morty the keys like a movie star. Then the rich man knocked Morty out. He drove to a hillside, put Morty behind the wheel, and deleted the phone evidence. Then he started the engine and sent the car downhill. Meanwhile, Charlie found an album. One photo showed missing skier Chloe Jones beside the rich man and Jim. Charlie looked up to find Jim sitting there. He said the three had once been close. Chloe Jones was the rich man's girlfriend and a professional skier aiming for the Olympics. Then she suddenly vanished. Jim thought the pressure of reaching the Olympics might have overwhelmed her. He handed Charlie 2 green pills, tearfully claiming they were painkillers. She swallowed them, but the drink tasted wrong. Jim took the glass and sniffed it. He blamed the taste on the rich man's rum. Charlie fainted, and Jim left. Charlie spat the pills into the glass, then crawled toward the keys to escape. Their argument revealed the rich man killed Morty. Charlie tried reaching the keys with a stick, but she made a noise, alerting both men outside. They found Charlie on the floor. She sensed tension between them. She played them against each other, saying Jim always cleaned up the rich man's dirty work. It worked. They started arguing, and Charlie finally heard the truth. Chloe Jones hounded him, so he shoved her off a cliff and lied to Jim. He claimed she reacted to cocaine Jim sold him, then fell. For years, Jim believed he'd killed Chloe Jones and carried that guilt. Knowing the truth, Jim grabbed a knife and stepped in front of Charlie. A gunshot dropped Jim. The rich man pointed the gun at Charlie. He pulled the trigger, but the gun was empty. The rich man reached for Jim's knife, but it wasn't there. Charlie snatched the knife and slashed him across the leg. He screams, spins around, pins Charlie down, rips the knife back and stabs her. He throws both bodies back into the hollow. He cleans the room and downs the whole glass of sleeping pill wine before heading out. Dazed and stumbling, he barely made it back. Back inside, he checked the time, exactly 6:58. He was feeling smug. Then cops arrived and he rushed back inside. He sat down to treat his wound, but what he saw stopped him cold. His ankle tracker is gone. Charlie's slash had sliced right through it. She'd grabbed it when he wasn't looking, and Charlie is now in the ICU. When she woke up, the news broke. Police had found something near Field Motor Inn. 3 bodies found. 1 survivor rushed to the hospital, and 2 pronounced dead. One of the bodies was identified as Chloe Jones, missing for 10 years. And a woman at the hospital had not yet been identified. The man behind everything is the wealthy convict under house arrest, now in custody.